Good morning. It's Preacher here. I've been on vacation for a couple of weeks, and I just got back last week. My tomatoes were looking great. We came home for a day in between the 2 weeks, dropped the kids off, and my wife and I left again. And tomatoes looked great. We had a lot of green tomatoes on them. We came back after our second week of being out of town. And the tomatoes had some limbs like this. You just see stems, no leaves. That's a sure sign that you got hornworms. I call them hornworms. You can Google it. You can look them up, tomato worms. They get long. And I've been looking all morning for them, and I can't find any. I shudder to say it, but we might have actually got them all off last night. But the best way to get rid of them is just to pick them off. They're very camouflaged. They look just like a tomato plant. They're the same color, but they got some markings on them. And I'll be honest with you, they're just creepy as all get out. I don't like touching them unless I got gloves on. I don't. Somebody said they would bite you. I believe it. I mean, they just look bad, so I never really grab them. Usually, if I have scissors like this, I just reach out there and cut them and let them bleed out. Slow, painful death they deserve. Anyways, you can see the tomatoes. I mean, this cage was full. This cage was coming up. We have a couple different varieties here, so they look different. But basically, they primarily will work on the foliage, the leaves, and they will eat it just like that. And then during the day, they'll go down and they'll eat on the tomatoes. Now, there's another kind of worm that bores into the tomato. We've never really had those. But these hornworms will get down and they will eat. And you will see, like, here's one I threw out last night. Now, obviously, I threw this out last night, but as you can see, you know, if you were looking at it from this way, just a nice looking green Cherokee purple tomato. But if you turn it around, they eat back and forth and just tear them out. Anyways, the wife and I picked them off. How many do you think we got off last night? 10? 15? 10 or 15. We came back out early this morning because they like to get up high and eat when it's cool, and they go back down in the shadow of the leaves when it gets hot. So we came out this morning and we've looked, we can't find any more. So we lost about maybe 7 or 8 green tomatoes that I threw away that had been eaten on that I saw. This plant's really hurt. Those have been topped pretty hard. Nothing they can't recover from, but it does slow down your production. Anyways, good to be back out in the garden. Good to be home from traveling. And maybe I'll show some pictures of vacation. Anyways, thank y'all for watching. If you start seeing stems with no leaves, look close. You'll find a hornworm. I try to find a picture of a hornworm and put it in here.